Hello everyone, it's Katie back again for another video, and today's video is a requested video actually. It's a video all about the MARIST fashion program. From my experience, obviously I'm only going to be a sophomore, so I don't know everything about it, but a lot of you guys have been reaching out to me on Instagram and DMing me questions about MARIST, which I love. Keep them coming. I love answering your guys' questions. And someone actually requested that I make a video about the MARIST fashion department. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to tell you all about it once again from my experience. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I post every Wednesday and Saturday. Let's go. Drinking a nice matcha latte because I'm feeling trendy today. Okay, ladies, I am a bougie LA queen living in New York State. Pinkies up. So honestly, I probably should have outlined beforehand what I was going to talk about. When I first got the idea for this video, I wrote down a couple points, but I didn't write down stuff about them, just general topics I want to talk about. I guess I'll start with the classes that I took and then the classes that I will be taking. Let me actually do a background about myself first of all. So hi, I'm Katie. I'm about to be a sophomore at MARIST. I'm a fashion merchandising student with a concentration in fashion promotion, and then I'm a French minor. So I don't know a ton about the design program, but I'll try my best to talk a little bit about it. So this is just kind of the fashion program in general, but there are classes that both fashion merchandising students and fashion design students have to take, and that was the two classes that I took my freshman year. So first semester you take fashion in culture and commerce, I believe, and it's just kind of an introduction to fashion class. You talk about kind of basics and you hit the basics of the classes that you'll talk about later, and it's also a lot of presentation and getting you to speak about fashion. I had Professor John Mincarelli for that class, but you get put in it, so you don't get to pick your professor. I had him. I liked him a lot. He had a really good personality. He had a lot of real world experience, but he was very set on presentation, and we only ended up doing 3 presentations throughout the year, but he was very particular on them. So he taught us to talk about fashion, which was fun, and that was a good class, a good introduction. It got me really excited about fashion. And then second semester I took textiles with Jody Hartman. That class is mixed emotions about that class. You learn so much. I learned so much, and she is such a great professor. You're forced to learn so much from her. It's a hard class. I had to put in a lot of time into it in order to do well. It is a hard class, but I think I learned so much, and it made me so excited about fashion once again. So that's one of the things you have to just get through. And then later is product development, which is similar, but you don't have to take that till sophomore, junior year. I want to talk about the staff. The faculty of the fashion department, I generally think is really, really good. They all have so much real world experience. They all worked for years and years in the industry, and they'll tell you so many stories that you can learn from and that are just cool to know about, that will help you and make you excited. And they just have so much knowledge that you're getting the best information. That's one of the reasons why MARIST is one of the best fashion schools. All the professors know what they're talking about. So then next semester, first semester of my sophomore year, I'll be taking 2 fashion classes, Digital Fashion Design 1, and the other one is Retailing Principles and Practices. Don't know too much about them, but you can kind of tell from the title, I guess. Digital Fashion Design 1 is a hybrid class, so it meets once a week and then the other half is online. And people say that's really fun. I guess I'll go broad. This is gonna be so disorganized, I'm sorry, I'm gonna jump everywhere. But this fashion program has design and merch. In the merchandising program, you can pick between 3 concentrations. Fashion promotion, which is kind of more communication and event planning, fashion shows, stuff like that. Business, which most people do, and then product development. I picked promotion. That comes with a lot of comm classes. So there's a bunch of communications classes I have to take. I really enjoy them so far. Business, you take a lot of business classes, and most people do a business minor with it because you only need 2 extra classes because the business concentration is basically the business minor. There's a lot of overlapping that happens with that, which I really like. The steel plant is the fashion building that is new this year. If you guys haven't seen it, you guys need to tour MARIST in the steel plant. I love her. There's a fashion design room for every grade level, and then there's a fashion lab with a bunch of Macs computers in it. It has really good lab classrooms. It's beautiful. It's got a lot of resources for you. So I guess that's the academics. A lot of people think fashion is in high school. When I tell people, counselors and parents and stuff would be what are you majoring in? And I'd be fashion merchandising. They'd be oh, okay. Especially as I went to a private Catholic school, they were very you're going into fashion? It seems superficial sort of thing. They always give me that look, I don't know. There's kind of notions about that. You're going into fashion, you're studying fashion. And it's really annoying. Fashion as a major is genuinely difficult. It is hard, and there's so many skills, and just the industry is so fast paced and intense. Not to make it sound scary, because it's not. I've only taken 2 classes, and I both love them, and they make me so excited. And it makes me want to work hard because I love it. it. So like don't go in like thinking that it's like it's gonna piece of cake and like I love clothes. If you want to go into fashion, girl, but like don't think it's gonna make this like easy ride. I don't know, it's difficult. It's like any other major. If you want to see like the requirements, the class requirements for all the majors and the concentrations, they have them on the MARIST website. I might link it down below for you guys. You could just go on the MARIST website. And this better not be in the frame. This straw has been in the frame the entire time. Oh my gosh. Go on the MARIST website and it has all the classes and the course description. So if you want like a better idea, definitely go check that out. Opportunities. Ellie, she's like kind of like the front desk fashion staff person, and she sends out emails every day with opportunities. So whether it's about events or it's forwarded emails from companies looking for people to hire or to intern or for volunteers, job positions available in the fashion department. She sends out so many emails about so many opportunities. It's kind of amazing. You can volunteer at like fashion shows, get internships. She helps a lot with internships. Find out about all these cool events like in the city and at MARIST. There are so many fashion events that MARIST like holds or like collaborates with. I went to a bunch this year. Well, they have the brunch, which is kind of like an upperclassman fashion event. The Runway is the big fashion show MARIST puts on in the spring. And it's like all MARIST students designs, like students volunteer for it. I didn't get to do it this year. I should have, but I didn't. It's like that's really cool and that's a lot of fun. In the steel plant, Emporium it's actually a class. So Emporium is a little boutique shop that is completely student run, and it's actually a class that runs it. And there's like a marketing department, finance, human resources, like the different students are part of them, and then they run this boutique. And they change like the style and the theme because it's like an edit shop. So they change the style and the theme like couple times a semester, and it's always really cool to see, and they always have new products, and that's really awesome. So it's completely student run, and that's so cool. You get so much real world experience, but you have to like apply to get into that class. I want to take it. We'll see, hopefully second semester sophomore year. Other events, just MARIST holds like all different things. Like they have like an art gallery, they have different gallery showings, different speakers from the fashion world come in. In New York City, I went to the National Arts Club for a MARIST live sketch show, I guess. So it was a couple MARIST students' designs, and they'd have models, and then they'd pose, and then people would sketch them live, and it was a cool event. It was like cool to go to and go see. And that was a couple girls' capstone project, which I'm not really going to get into that. Also, I don't know a ton about it, but I do know for every major you have to have a capstone within that major, which is kind of like a project or an event that you put on with other people that like sums up your year, and it's considered like a class. That was their project, so you have to do that, but that's for any major. Clubs, there are clubs you can join to like help with fashion and being more involved and also building your resume. I'm part of MARIST Fashion Inc., which is a fashion club. That's a lot of fun. You also do like events through that. And then I'm also a part of NRFSA, which is National Retail Federation Student Association. It's for retail. You don't have to be a fashion major or even like business major, like anyone who's like has like ideas but like entrepreneurship and stuff. That's really cool. They have a conference, NRFSA conference, which you can get picked to go to. And then there's also business club. There's a lot of clubs, but there's also a business club if you're interested in that. There's clubs which help you get involved and make connections and stuff like that. Jobs. I want to talk about jobs for a second. MARIST, I think, is a prime location because you're close to the city and most people have internships in the city, and you can make a lot of connections, and the MARIST community is very strong and people are always looking to hire MARIST students. And once again, Ellie really helps with connecting you to jobs as well as like your advisor, kind of. Like opportunities can pop out of literally nowhere, like they can pop out of anywhere. But I love that it's close to the city because there's a lot of job opportunities. MARIST students intern a lot, especially fashion students. They've also, a lot of them have been like brand ambassadors for like an app called Lily, the Lily app, I think. So you can always do that, or you can run like social media for like a company. There's a lot of little opportunities that you should take advantage of to like build your resume. And I will say, the first day of my fashion class, my professor went around and he asked like, what's your experience? People had so much experience. Like they were like helping design in like bridal shops, and they like helped showcase like a freaking fashion show, and like had so many like retail jobs, and like were running their own Etsy or business. And I was like, what? Because I've only had one retail job, and it was for like a couple months. It was like a seasonal thing, and I was like, oh my god, like I've only had this one job. And so it's competitive, and people have a lot of experience, but you should not be like discouraged because you never know. Like you never know, you know? And there's always opportunities to get more experience. So yeah. Okay, so I think that's all I'm going to talk about today. If you guys have any other questions, like comment them below or DM me on Instagram. It's always in the description. A lot of people have been DMing me, which is really exciting. I love talking to you guys once again. So yeah, let me know if you have any other questions. I'll see you guys later. Peace! You know